All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly 30-minute webinar. My name is Dre Devots. I'm a systems engineer here at Variphy, and I'll be your host for today's session. Today, we're going to be going through how to walk through the UCCX report templates and how to utilize them. Here to present today, we have Brian McKay, a fellow systems engineer here at Variphy. How you doing, Brian?
Doing very well, Dre. How are you doing today?
Doing well, sir. Doing well. Thank you.
Good, good.
Also, don't forget all our webinars are recorded and posted within 24 hours. Just head over to variphy.com/webinars to find all of our latest webinars. First off, we're going to do a quick overview of our company and what we do. Then we'll jump into a live demo where Brian is going to guide us through the UCCX report templates and how to utilize them. We'll leave time for Q&A, so during the demo, if you have any questions, make sure to enter them by accessing the Q&A option. After Q&A, we'll award one lucky attendee a $50 Amazon gift card, so hang around to see if you've won. Variphy is the preferred analytics and management solution for Cisco collaboration. Deployable either on-prem or as a hosted cloud solution, we provide industry-leading CDR reporting and call analytics, as well as customizable dashboards and widgets, UCCX reporting, remote phone control, change management, Cisco Cube CDR, and our latest addition, Zoom and WebEx call reporting. If you have any questions on any of our features, please contact us at support@variphy.com or reach out to your account manager. One more thing before we kick this off, Variphy offers an enhanced consulting service to our customers. Variphy SE team engages with you on a one-to-one basis to remotely provide additional consulting, report building, dashboard configuration, and system monitoring assistance. This is a service that provides you a dedicated Variphy SE to do the heavy lifting, giving you a stress-free hands-off experience. For more information, please contact us or your account manager, and we'd be glad to speak more in depth about our pricing and terms of service for our ECS or enhanced consulting services. I'm going to hand things off to Brian now. Please remember to submit any questions you have in the Q&A panel below, and we'll address them towards the end of his presentation. Over to you, Brian. Let me go ahead and stop sharing.
Okay.
And I'll give you the ball.
All right. Share my screen. All right. Should see it now.
Yes, sir. We see it.
All right. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming today. Thanks, Dre, for the introduction as always. So we're just going to kind of quickly go over what you can do with the UCCX report templates. We basically came up with these templates because if you're not really familiar with the Variphy interface or with the UCCX terminology, it can be a little bit daunting trying to build these reports from scratch. So what we did was we created templates based on the most commonly used or commonly requested reports. It's a good way to kind of just get familiar with the reports. It's kind of already has the basics built for you, and then you can play around with, adding things, changing the order of things, etc. You can basically even create your own templates. So you have multiple clusters and you get some reports you like dialed in. You can save those as templates as well and export them to other clusters of the same type and use them there. So that just saves you a lot of groundwork of having to rebuild these reports for each cluster by scratch. All you would have to do is just change up a few of the search criteria, and everything else should be good to go. Let's start with where you get them. You get them from our product downloads page, which if you're on the front page of our website, the easiest way to get there is just go to support and then product downloads. That will take you to this page here. This is where you download the Variphy installers and our OVA product as well. But if you scroll down a little further, you'll see that there are some report template packs listed by platform. So I've already downloaded the Cisco UCCX one, but we have them also for Cube, Zoom, WebEx, and Cisco CUCM. Let's go ahead and show you how to install those real quick. Let's go back here to Variphy. I need to move some of these WebEx windows out of the way as usual. All right, so basically what you do where it says create agent report, you get a drop down, and that also gives you the option for the CSQ report if you want to create reports from scratch. But you can do import reports, where if you click on that, it's going to let you browse to wherever you've extracted those reports from. You do have to extract them from the zip file first. It won't extract them out of the zip automatically. But once you have them extracted, you can select all of them with the shift click and hit open, and then just do import report. It'll list them out here and hit import report. That will create them in here. I've already done this beforehand just to save time. So here's how they'll all show up. They'll all have the template label in the front of them. Obviously, you can change the report name to suit your liking, but we'll just leave it a template for now, just so we know that these are the out of the box templates. Now, in addition to being able to download that template pack, there's also some knowledge base articles. If you do a search in our knowledge base for UCCX reporting templates, it's going to give you this list of all of these templates we just downloaded and installed. I've got these articles all laid out here, like this one, for example. It will show you basically how you can modify the report to your needs, any optional changes you want to make, and then you can just run it as is pretty much. They all pretty much start with the same thing where it says, required changes. Obviously, the first thing you're going to have to do is change up either your contact service queues or your agents. Because the ones in our templates are not going to match the ones in your environment. So you're going to want to change that up first, just so it matches what you're looking to capture from your environment. Other than that, though, they should pretty much be good to go. Obviously, you can play around with specifics once you get more comfortable with them. But yeah, other than changing up that information in the CSQ or agent selection, you shouldn't really have to do anything else to get started here. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these. So I've got these in here as well. So we'll just kind of go down the list in order. The first one is the abandon in CSQ report. So this is, oh, I love when this happens. This is why I do everything before we get started, so I make sure it's working. And then, of course, as soon as we go live. Okay, so it might just be my session is logged out. Let's try and refresh that. Okay, didn't log my session out. Interesting. All right, well, let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to filter this down to just my report so I don't get everybody else's report. So to do that, you just uncheck share reports and just have your report selected. Hit search. Oh, wait, I'm in real time. Okay, I need to be in the other one. Keep me back to real time. Yeah, we have a few different CCX clusters in here, so bear with me. Okay, yeah, here we go. All right, let's try that again. Let me see if I can edit it now. There we go. Yeah, I think the session may have just timed out. Okay, that's fine. Here's where you'll adjust your queues. It's going to pull all your queues automatically from your UCCX environment and list them here. You would just, if there's any funky queues in here that you don't recognize, there probably are demo ones. You can just remove them and add the ones you want. And then in the statistics, you can add multiple statistic content types. And basically, this one is kind of a simpler one. But you can do summary statistics table, summary or time period statistics chart, or time period statistics table, and we'll show you what those look like in a minute. So this is what the template's going to come with. It's focused on abandoned calls, so it's going to look at abandoned count, abandoned average queue time, abandoned met service level, and missed service level counts. It's going to sort the CSQs by ascending or descending, depending on what you want. You can also sort the columns by any of these other things, but makes most sense to do it by the CSQ name, obviously. Call details, you can turn on some call details. It's going to be a little more limited than what you may be used to if you've been working with the CDR call details. There's a lot less detail in these, but it will give you some basics. And basically, we're focusing on ones that have a queue disposition of abandoned. So that's just going to show the abandoned calls. And again, it'll list this out with these details by the CSQ name ascending. So let's see what that looks like. I've already rerun the reports ahead of time just to save time. These didn't take a lot of time to run though, but I just like to kind of have everything, all my ducks in a row, so to speak. So let's take a look at the first one here, which is going to be this guy, abandoned CSQ, to see what it looks like. So it's going to give the summary count. Either phone room gets or area HS gets a lot less calls, or they're a lot better at handling the calls they have because they only have one abandoned count, as opposed to phone room, which has 900 something. It's going to give your average queue times, service level met, service level missed, etc. And then it'll give you the details with each of the calls that was abandoned. So you can see the time, the originator DN, met service level, CSQ levels, etc. So this one's a pretty basic report. There's not a lot of summary charts or tables. It's basically just the abandoned queue call history. So moving right along, let's go back to this one. Got too many tabs open. That's right. It's the first one here. Okay. So agent login, logout state details. This is going to be a report on how much time your agents are spent either being logged in or logged out. I think it's focusing specifically on, yeah, logged in times specifically, but you could easily switch this to logged out time. So what it's going to do is, uh, let's see, state details. Okay, so yeah, we're looking for events to be included logged in or logged out, and then it's going to include the event date, time, event duration, and reason, and group it by agent name, although you could easily group it by any one of these as well. Let's see, and then yeah, we don't have call details turned on this. We don't really need it for this one. Yeah, most of the time you're not going to need call details, but those come in handy on occasion. So let's see what this one looks like. It's going to be the second one here. So this one, it's going to show you the logged in time for each agent listed alphabetically. Bruce Wayne spending a lot of time logged in the queue. I don't know, has the energy to do that and then fight crime all night, but he's always been an overachiever. So it stands to reason. Then it'll give you the summary count. And then it's going to break down their statuses, their state details rather, by agent. So you can see all the times they were either logged in, logged out, the reason codes for for why they were logged in or logged out, etc. And hey, Charlie Murphy, good to see you again. What do the five fingers say to the face? Okay, and so that's pretty much it. It just breaks it down by agent, and then it gives the individual stats for each agent listed out. Again, fairly basic report. You can always play around and add additional things to this if you want, but these are kind of meant to be good, like jumping off points. Or maybe they cover exactly what you need, and if so, that's even better because then you don't have to mess with it too much. All right, let's go move on to the next one. That is going to be agent ready, not ready. This one. Okay, so we have with the agent ones, you can select it by one of three options. You can do it by agent, resource group, or team, which is already selected here. So obviously, if you do agent, you can look at all the individual agent names, which may or may not be ideal depending on how many. But if you're trying to look at specific agents across multiple queues, this might be the way to go. Otherwise, I would use a team or a resource group. Remove that one. So this one we just selected this team of online HD. Agent statistics. This is where we're going to get more into the nitty gritty. So it's got the not ready time, not ready count, and average. Not ready reason time. There's a bunch of ones in here. You may not need all of these. If you decide you don't need all of these, you're certainly welcome to remove ones you're not interested in. Same thing with this. So not ready count, not ready time, etc. And then average time spent and not ready reason. So it's going to give you not ready average sorted by that column. So yeah, like I said, you can sort it either by the agent or by one of the other columns that are selected. So you can just dial it in to look at specifically what information you're looking for. All right, state details, call details, don't need any of that on this one. So that's fine. Let's see. Okay, so not ready. Let me look at the report itself. That's the other one. Hold on, I got to get a WebEx bar out of my way. Apologies. Okay, here we go. Agent ready, not ready. Okay, so there's the breakdown of the not ready time, not ready count, not ready average. And then it's going to give more specific ones based on all that criteria that was selected previously. Yeah, pretty straightforward. It's just a lot of numbers to look. Oh, excuse me, a lot of numbers to look at, but yeah, it's just going to break that down based on whatever criteria you have selected in there. All right, moving right along. Let's see. Agent summary report by hour of day. So here's where we're going to get into one with more charts and graphs, I believe. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, interesting. Where did my agent search set go? Or it may be looking at. What if I accidentally removed it? when I was messing around earlier. Yeah, there should be an agent search set in here, but it's not. So that's fine. I already ran it earlier, so that's fine. Let's just look at the. Oh, let's go take a look in here. Okay, so we do have summary statistics table. Again, a lot of stuff you can choose from: inbound count, working percent, not ready percent, average, reserve. Basically, looking at all the different statuses they can be in, whether they're taking calls or not taking calls, or possibly avoiding calls or whatever. Can kind of give you a better idea what's going on an agent by agent basis. And then you can also order these grouping summaries in any order you want with the up down arrows. If you want to move them up or down, you can do that. You can also change the chart types from bar to line. So if you wanted to look more like a polygraph or a seismograph than the standard bar graph we use, we can do that. I'll show you one of those later. All right, so that one, I think this one also does not include any state details or call history. That's fine. Okay, so let's take a look at the finished report. Agent report by hour of day. Okay, so here we go. So we've got the agent names, all their stats here, the total stats, and then it's going to give a breakdown. I believe there's a lot of agents in this one, so let me scroll down further. Okay, so it's going to give, yeah, working percent not ready. And there may be, if there's a lot of columns, that may break these into multiple kind of pages. You know, if you can't fit all the columns in one page width on an Adobe page, it's going to break them up into multiple kind of sectioned off tables. Okay, and then here's the hour of day interval table. Now, keep in mind, if you're doing it like by day of week or hour of day, it is going to do an aggregate if you're not running it specifically for that day or that week. So like if we're running for a month in this case, it's going to aggregate every 12 o'clock hour of each day, every 1 o'clock hour of each day, et cetera. And the counts, the times it gives and the counts it gives are going to be based on that aggregate. So just keep that in mind. That kind of throws people sometimes. So yeah, since we started at 12 a.m., obviously there's not a lot going on in the middle of the night. It starts to pick up more towards the morning, obviously. And let's see what else is in here. Yeah, it's just a lot of time windows to go through. Okay, and then this is going to be the not ready percent, where it also breaks it down by the time. So basically, it's just going to give this time chart for each one. Let me see if there's some graphs down here. I always find the graphs a little sexier than the charts. The charts just, you know, starts to feel like literally like looking at zeros and ones after a while. It's like I'm reading matrix code. The graphs tend to be a little better at a glance view. You know, if you're just looking for, yeah, there's lots of stuff in here. This is a pretty big report. Did we have graphs turn on in this one? No, maybe we didn't. Okay, yeah, this is all charts. Oh, no, there's some graphs. Okay. Yeah, the graphs always show up at the bottom. So if you don't want it to be chart heavy, probably just turn off the charts and go with the graphs. But the graphs are going to break it down by your call type and your time window. So this one's hour of day, so it's going to have a color coded bar for each statistic type here. And then this is the day of week one, so it'll have those broken out by day of the week. And again, if it's day of week for a full month, this is going to be an aggregate of every day combined into one chart. All right, so that was got a lot of tabs open here. Hold on a second. That was the agent summary. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Next one is call center trending analysis. Or yeah, analysis, which was analysis or analytics. So this one's probably going to be a big one too. We have all our cues selected on this one. And let's see what we have as far as statistics goes. So of course, total statistics, always want that at the top. And then monthly count trends, graphical. So you have the option when you're selecting these time period graphs, whether you want just a summary chart or specific charts for each CSQ. So this one just has a summary chart because there's a lot of CSQs. There'll be a lot of graphs to look through. But you can turn on both if you want, or one or the other, just with these toggles right here. Let's see. So let's day of week statistics. Yeah, we're just doing the the CSQ summary chart. So it's going to basically put all of them on one graph. And then hour over hour graphical. Again, the summary chart only is selected. Yeah, with all these cues, if you had specific selected, that would be a very long report. Not to say it's not doable, but it just depends on how clean you want the report looking. Do you want it tons of graphs and charts, or you just kind of want to keep it to maybe a few pages that is going to be a little more digestible for the average user or manager who's requesting this information? I don't think we have call details turned on this one. Nope, that's fine. Okay, so that's good. Let's take a look at that one. Call sender trending analysis. Okay, so here's all the stats for the individual queues. This is the total for the month. I ran all of these based on previous calendar month. So I'll give you a summary here, and then it's going to give you your average hold times. And then here's your graphs, summary count statistics by month. Again, this is going to be the aggregate for the entire month for each specific call type. And then here's the day of week breakdown, and then the hour of day breakdown. So that one, this is kind of what you're going to want to do. Like that last one we looked at with the 50 million tables was probably a bit much for the average person to look at. This is probably going to be a little more user friendly. Just keep it to a few pages, a few graphs that they can hopefully understand, and less for you to explain as well. My philosophy with the reports, especially with someone who's not terribly technical, is give them the basics first, and if they're happy with that, great. If they want more detail, then by all means give them more detail, but don't overwhelm them with the detail in the beginning, or you're just going to spend an hour trying to explain whatever little thing on the report is, and they probably don't need to know all of that anyway. So all right, let's keep going. I tend to go over on these things, so I'm going to try and finish under time this time for a change. So bear with me. Okay, so that was call center training analysis. Let's go on to the next one. CSQ statistics. All right. So this one, a little cleaner. We only have one CSQ selected. That's good. And then it's going to be pretty much same thing with the charts and tables. The views are going to be roughly similar. It just depends on what you want to see in the view. So this one's looking at queue times, handled, missed, abandoned, things like that. So this is going to be the initial summary table, CSQ time period statistics. So this is going to be doing, okay, so this has CSQ. So this is a table, not a chart. So you can tell in the drop down if it's a chart or a table. This is going to have the CSQ specific rows, but it's just one CSQ, so it's not going to be overwhelming with data. And then CSQ specific charts. Okay, so we have a chart, and we have charts selected for hour, day, and day of week, and then we have a table for hour, day, and day of week. Okay. All right, pretty straightforward. No call details on this one again, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so let's go take a look at this one, CSQ statistics. I think that's this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. I didn't really show you, but too much, I don't think. But for each one of these, there is a KB article that is linked from that master KB article I showed you earlier. That will kind of guide you through, what's in this one, how to adjust it, etc. They're not super long, but they just kind of show you what the required and optional changes are that you can make. All right, so let's take a look at this one real quick. So cars, 1,299 calls, showing all your percentages, handled, abandoned, service level, etc. And then it's going to break it down by the time of day in the chart and the day of the week. And then here's your hour of day aggregate chart and your day of week aggregate chart. So again, that one's not too overwhelming. Helps that it's only one queue. Obviously, if we had all the queues selected, this would be a lot longer, but that's not too bad. All right, and then last but not least, we have CSQ trending analytics. Or analysis. I always get those two mixed up. Okay, so we've got a couple CSQs selected in this one. And again, we got total statistics, month over month stats, monthly count. So if we had a monthly, like a month sorted by month for multiple months, it would obviously give you a graph or a table with multiple months represented. We're just doing 1 month just to keep the data size reasonable. But yeah, it can handle multiple months and put those in a graph or a table for you. Let's see. So month-over-month statistics. This one is the table. The graphical is going to be a chart. And then this one, I ran a couple different ways. So this is the line view I'm talking. You can switch between bar or line. Currently, for these types of reports, they're the only options we have currently, but we may be adding more at some point. And then let's see, this is the monthly counts, and then the day of week counts, and then the hour over hour counts. So just to show you what the two look like, the bar graph versus the line graph. Here, this is the bar graph. We already seen that. Everything's in the bar graph. The line graph looks, I think it still does the bar graph for the summary total, but you can adjust it for the other ones for the line graph if you want it to look more like a seismograph or something. Certain advantages over this one. What I like about the line graph is you can kind of see, the trending a little bit more in the hour by hour, for example. You can kind of see how they're going up or down rather than just getting just a total count for each hour. You kind of, I mean, I guess this shows trending too, but it's just, I just like the little up down, it's like watching the stock market ticker or something. So that's pretty much it for my overview. Got 5 minutes left, so I think I'm right on time. Any questions from anybody?
Hey, Brian. No questions yet so far. If we just want to give it another couple seconds here.
Problem. Minute to sip some water.
There you go. Yeah, doesn't look like we have any questions. You did such a good job. We don't even have any questions.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, just remember, if you ever need to review this, it'll be posted online, and also, just where to get the templates here in the product download section, and don't forget to look at the KB articles for UCCX reporting templates. Those will be helpful as well. All right. I will stop sharing, and back to you, Dre.
All right. Grab that screen back. Yep. All right. All right. Thanks again, Brian, for all that information. Now let's wrap up. Now we're going to announce the winner of this week's $50 Amazon gift card. And this week's winner is Deborah Hendon. Congratulations.
Hey. Congrats, Deborah.
Manager. Yep, your account manager will reach out to you soon and get you that gift card over.
Nice.
Thank you, everybody, for attending today. We appreciate you. Man, I can't talk today, can I? We appreciate you making time in your busy schedule to join us. Don't forget, next week, August 9th, we are going to have John and Matt going over some Zoom and how to report your common area codes. So don't miss that.
Nice.
Thank you, everybody, again, and I hope you have a good rest of your week.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care.